Hi there. Today we're going to tell you the story about a man who has put his all into empowering today's youth, keeping them active, energized, and have assisted them in cultivating their talent. This man has toiled, sacrificed, gone above, beyond, and wherever is farther than that. Yes, it sounds dramatic, but it makes it all the more incredible to know that it's true. Whenever we see someone like this, we must shine a light on them and the work they do. Stay tuned as we have an episode for you. I'm your host, Jamila Karwan, and this is InspAyre. Right here on this football field is the home of the Generation Next Football Club, GNFC. GNFC is primarily a football club, but it's also much more than that to its players. It provides a haven of sorts, a social club for sports, entertainment, education, and youth empowerment. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, this field is full of excitement as the young footballers and their proud parents come to practice, learn, and sometimes just to simply hang out. Accessible to anyone who takes an interest or may simply be curious about football, Generation Next prides itself on its inclusivity. There are currently 13 girls and 81 boys enrolled, with more being added each season. And what sets Generation Next apart is the beating heart at its center, Mr. Richard Santos. Ricky's will, passion, and love for the sport has made the GNFC what it is today. We reached out to Mr. Santos, affectionately known as Coach Ricky.
Hello, I'm Ricky Santos. I'm the Antigua and Barbuda Special Envoy for Sports and Sports Tourism. I'm also the Chairman of the Board of Directors of St. Anthony's Secondary School and President of Generation Next Football Club. The Generation Next Football Club was started in 2012, and it was primarily started because of my son, who was an avid footballer, and we decided we were going to offer him a lot of opportunities. And in February of 2012, we brought in Tottenham Hotspur coaches to conduct a coaching camp for the kids of Antigua and Barbuda. And we had a total of 109 kids attending that particular camp. And then thereafter, the parents came to me and asked me if I would form a club, which I did. And we launched the club in September of that year with Bolton Wanderers coaches that came down to launch the club. In December of that year also too, we brought in coaches from New York Red Bulls to conduct a coaching camp also too. And that and all was successful. The vision of Generation Next was to become the premier football academy, not only in Antigua but in the Caribbean. So every year we have focused on how to improve and forward.
Generation Next offers SAT tutoring by way of the Calinir Foundation Advanced Academy. This is important for young footballers who aim to play at a global level and for various schools abroad. The CAF Advanced Academy ensures that these footballers are ready for a global experience both on and off the field.
The CAF Advanced Academy was created to offer a more intense training on the football field to our young budding footballers. And we decided we were going to up it and offer them free SAT classes, as it was sponsored by our benefactor, the Calinir Foundation. So we do a combination of the academics along with the sports, because as everybody would realize, sports and academics go hand in hand. So we do both at the academy, and it goes across from ages 13 to 19 for both boys and for girls. In the advanced academy, all the players are selected from trials by the coaches in the academy.
Another impactful way in which CAF partners with GNFC is through the Calinir Foundation Players Identification Combine. This is a program where several coaches from all over the world come to Antigua to scout for young talent. And trust me, they find it.
What has grown tremendously now is the University ID Combine, which has evolved into not only a University ID Combine, but it's now called the CAF Players Identification Combine, because it spans now from high school through to university and even to semi-pro and pro opportunities. So we are covering a wide span, just being as inclusive as possible so that everybody can get an opportunity.
No good football club would be as successful without its coaches. Few know the sport as well as a coach, many of whom are former professional football players. We had the opportunity to connect with Desmond Zico Blow, head coach of the GNFC, who shared with us about the importance of academics in athletics and the preparation players need to be identified.
Academics and athletics go hand in hand. Being a product of the American college system, I know firsthand the importance of having the requisite grades, first of all, to be admitted into a university, but also having the grades to maintain the ability to play, specifically for players who are on scholarships. Calinir Foundation Advanced Academy came at a very opportune time because of its nature and its structure, and an academy of that magnitude, at that level, being completely free has never been done in Antigua before. And by virtue of having little to no expenses incurred, parents have had the opportunity to have their children being trained by some of the best coaches in the country. And also the exposure of the ID Combine. Normally these combines are extremely expensive and difficult to get into. And so by virtue of the Calinir Foundation Advanced Academy, and we've had the opportunity to do combines, multiple combines, we've had a lot of players get exposure to dozens of coaches within the US collegiate circuit, as well as coaches out of the UK, which puts them in a better situation in terms of exposure of their talent, in terms of identifying their talent, and ultimately providing the opportunity for professional opportunities as well as educational opportunities. So in terms of the Advanced Academy, it has been a tremendous help insofar as limiting the expenses incurred for something of that nature.
Getting an international education comes with a very high price tag, one that many parents, while willing, may not be able to afford. Also, getting into college overseas is a competitive and often challenging process. It then makes programs such as the CAF ID Combine more attractive. This makes the footballers and their parents excited for what may come. Through their hard work and determination, these young, amazing, intelligent footballers' lives have changed. We caught up with a few GNFC athletes who were selected from the 2022 CAF Player ID Combine and are now studying in the UK at Brookhouse and Hartpury College. They are Kimana Joseph, the only female athlete among the group selected, Jaden Hector, Vashern Roach, and Levi Smith. Giles Williams, Managing Director of Brookhouse College, also spoke with us about the relationship with both the Calinir Foundation and the Generation Next Football Club, as well as the goals for the students.
We've worked in Antigua for a number of years, and we're pleased to partner with Generation Next and with Mr. Santos. We've been lucky enough to visit a couple of times in the region in terms of recruiting players, recruiting students to come over here, and those students have benefited from the pastoral support network that Ricky Santos has provided in terms of preparing them for life in the UK and also for preparing them for their studies in the UK. It's obviously a beautiful place to go and visit, so we don't struggle to find coaches or college representatives who would like to go to Antigua. But as I said, we welcome students from all over the world, and as you can see from the scenes behind, they integrate very happily in the classroom and on the football pitch.
Calinir Joseph, I'm from Antigua and Barbuda. I just took part in this scholarship program where we played games and there were scouts. They said they enjoyed my performance and they thought I had a lot of capability, so they offered me the scholarship for me to improve it. I'm very happy, it's a big deal. I want to play women's football professionally, so it's a big deal for me. It's been difficult, especially considering I train with a lot of boys, so the aggression is 10 times more and the technical work is a lot more challenging, but it's been good.
I'm Jaden, I'm from Antigua Jolly Harbour. I played games and we were scouted on that, and I received an email saying they were interested in me. The training, especially, it's way more fast-paced, intense, and the coaches get on your back way harder. So it's like, you know, they make you want to do better for yourself.
The football over here is quite competitive, and in order to become better, you need to play with better players. Plus, it's a new back in Musha, it's so small, so you play the same people every weekend. Up here, I'm playing big men, different college students, the same quality and even better than me. So then that allows me to become a better player and hopefully, you know, go to a different level of football. Because so many potential players being selected, it's a very good feeling.
Calinir had a combine with Heartbeat, so I got to experience what they were allowing us to have. In 2022, in March, they came over again. I met some people that were from Montserrat that are here now. So I had the same opportunity and I had the same mindset as what I did in 2019. I was practicing football every day to try and become better. I was kind of very pleased that they were doing another combine so I could experience it again. And obviously I'm here now, so I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've had.
But even without the prospect of being whisked off to play overseas, everyone at GNFC, once again, both parents and students alike, have nothing but amazing experiences right here. Now, they may be a little bashful on camera, but definitely not on the field. Let's hear from some of the members and parents themselves.
It's been good, learn new things, learn to work on things that you're not really good at. Most girls don't play football, it's mostly boys, so you would more look forward to boys getting scholarships. So like for us girls, we have to work hard and show them that we're capable and can do things that the boys do in playing football.
My love for football goes beyond since I was 2 years old when I started playing football. And my father, Garfield Gonzalez, has been teaching me how to play football since I was young because he was a great footballer for Antigua and Barbuda national team and for Billerland Soccer Academy. I would like to get a better education away, and I would like to play in a professional league and go to different schools inside the UK or the US. I feel grateful that they could see my talent and that I could have a better education and I could get to go to another college.
The Calinir Foundation is a great, impactful thing in Antigua and Barbuda, you know. The kids have come a long way, and I like the way how my son actually shaping up. You know, he's not just playing football, he's doing his academics very well as well, because sports and academics work hand in hand. And it's good to get the kids out there. If they have enjoyed doing something, support them, you know, be very supportive of them, and just cheer them on. Everybody's not going to be Ronaldo, everybody's not going to be Messi, but let them get a good education and a good background, a good foundation. That's all we can do, you know, sky's the limit.
Stay tuned. InspAyre will return right after this break. Discover the Caribbean from a new perspective with Calinir helicopters. Call us today at 789-4354 or email reservations@calinir.com.
Hey there, welcome to CAF Facts. Following the 2023 Calinir Foundation Player Identification Combine, more than 20 student athletes were granted scholarships to attend colleges in both the United Kingdom and the United States. The Combine, entirely funded by the Calinir Foundation and facilitated and managed by the Generation Next Football Club, serves as a platform for these young athletes to showcase their talents and be scouted by international coaches. This initiative opens doors for student athletes to receive scholarships and pursue higher education abroad. The scholarships awarded totaled over $125,000 and is a reflection of the commitment to support the educational aspirations of these talented athletes. The Calinir Foundation extends our heartfelt wishes to these aspiring athletes and scholars as they embark on their journey to fulfill their dreams. This is Patrice signing off with CAF Facts.
Welcome back to InspAyre, and thank you for staying with us. When life-changing opportunities arise, the Calinir Foundation always feels the need to give our support. And Generation Next Football Club is no different. Let's hear from the founder of CAF himself, Ambassador Calinir.
Really happy for the scholars that we've helped, and we've put a number of Antiguans into university programs based on their athletic ability up in North America and in Europe. So for that I'm very, very happy, and like I said, I hopefully will be able to dip our toe back into that a little bit more aggressively now that the pandemic isn't so scary.
With sports and education being one of the giving pillars of CAF, it should come as no surprise that upon receiving Ricky's proposal, the foundation jumped at the opportunity to assist the GNFC to further its endeavors. With the foundation's assistance, the Generation Next Football Club has been able to procure and retain some of the best coaches in Antigua. The CAF also assists with providing football gear for athletes and SAT tutors.
We extend our sincerest gratitude and thanks to the Calinir Foundation, and in particular Mr. Calinir himself. Without his assistance, these youngsters that are placed in America and in England, and even one in Spain, would not have been possible. So once again, we extend our sincerest thanks and gratitude to the Calinir Foundation for both the Advanced Academy and the Players Identification Combine.
And there you have it. A man passionate about creating a space for the youth to excel in sports and education. A club that serves as a close-knit community for all those who participate and has become a staple in the lives of young footballers and their parents. The Generation Next Football Club has also provided a launch pad for promising and prominent futures for its athletes. Ricky Santos is truly doing whatever he can to ensure that there is an outlet for today's youth to express themselves through the sport of football. I believe that, like us at the Calinir Foundation, you will find this quite inspiring. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jamila Kirwan. See you next time on InspAyre.